Police in Scranton say they are still digging into a machete attack at the German apartments on Biden Street Tuesday night that left 2 women and a service dog dead and a third woman critically wounded in the hospital.
The vast majority of this incident, the vast majority, is all on video surveillance, and it is horrific to watch. The offender and victims were residents of the German hotel, and the motive and reasons for his actions remain under further investigation.
We know the motive. The motive was the same as the black man that killed the Ukrainian woman on that train, or the white woman that was just set ablaze on the bus, or the other white woman that was just killed at another bus station. We know the motive. People are just in denial about the motive because it's not a politically correct. It's not politically correct. It's not politically expedient to point it out that there is an army that has been built in the United States that is directly, specifically being groomed to target white people with impunity. And the patterns of this black army is what we call it, BLAQARMY. No one wants to talk about it because profiling is wrong. But if these women who were walking their dog would have profiled this man, that they saw him at a distance, and if they would have crossed the street or got to safety because they knew this man was dangerous, if they would have been a little bit racist and had a little bit of common sense to profile these people, they'd still be alive. And that's a problem nobody wants to talk about. But I'll talk about it.
Suspect, 38-year-old Michael Woods, who police say is a native of Jersey City, New Jersey, who relocated here 5 years ago. He's lived in the German apartments for the last few years. Police say they caught Woods leaving the apartment building wearing bloody clothing and clutching a bloody machete, a weapon they say security cameras captured him using on 3 women and a dog in the building's 6th floor hallway. A fast capture honed by training.
We do have an extensive program for an active threat situation, as that's what we responded to yesterday, and it validates our training. Yesterday's response validates our training.
You know what I don't appreciate is that these fucking cops aren't sitting there and being honest with the public and saying, you need to be armed. You need to be vigilant. You need to be aware. There are psychotic, deranged black men who are attacking white women at random. They are scared shitless of white men, so they don't go after them. But if you're a woman or you're a child and you're white, you're on the menu. This behavior is strongly supported by BLM and BLM followers. There are black people that are celebrating this attack today, and he will have people make donations to him. They will say that he was a victim of white supremacy, and they will say that these people victimized him and this was reparations and he's justified. They'll make every and any excuse for this man. Being that this is Delaware, it's a liberal state. Joe Biden hails from this district. This attack happened on Biden's street. He will not be punished to the fullest extent of the law. They'll probably do a diversion training. They'll probably say he had a mental psychosis, or they'll make every excuse for him because he's a weapon. The media spent the better part of the last 6 years grooming and creating this black army. The reason I said the media is because for the last 6 years, I've noticed that you used to never be able to call for violence against any group, or you would be flagged, or you'd be banned, or it wasn't permitted to be on TV. I noticed that there was a break. You still couldn't call for violence against anybody except if you were openly calling for violence against anyone that's white. And then they would attack things that were inherently white. So they would say that they would call for violence against white people, but without calling for violence against them directly. They would say, oh, violence against Republicans or conservatives or Christians or married people, things that they would consider hallmarks of white supremacy or what they assume is white. And they would literally allow for you to call for violence or make racial disparaging remarks about them, insult them. And it's been allowed openly for, I can say, the better part of about 6 years now. What that's doing is that's showing the public that there is one group you can talk about and get away with it. There's one group you can openly threaten without consequences. And unfortunately, it is white people. You can literally say anything you want to about them. You can't talk about Jews. You can talk about them. You can't talk about Asians. You can't talk about blacks. You can't talk about their violent nature. But you can get up there and say, oh, January 6th and white people this, white people that. And this destroys that narrative. That what is it called? Homegrown national terrorists, all that fake nonsense and bullshit. We actually have dangerous groups of people here. Unfortunately, they are the Black Army, which is made up of blacks and gays. And they are consistently now ramping up their attacks against white women and children every single day. There's a different news story, and no one wants to have this conversation, so I'm having it. You know, if this was a I don't know, a new medicine that just came out or a food, after about 2 or 3 deaths, they would do a recall and they would slap on there a hazard label. But no one wants to put a hazard label on the black community. There used to be one, and white women would see a black person walking towards them. They would cross the street because it's dangerous and it was a potential risk. But they've been shamed so much now that they've let down their guard. They probably saw this man walking towards them with a machete and was like, oh, maybe he's just trimming some hedges. Maybe he just has a machete thing. And what if they would have crossed the street and then he would have stood there with his machete like, oh, you guys are being racist. You see a black man with a machete and you automatically think I'm about to chop you up and kill your dog. A black man can't have a machete? That's how they shame you. That's how they get you to let your guards down. My guards are up. I know they're a threat. I don't live near them because they're dangerous. My friends might hear this broadcast or watch they'll watch my content and they won't like what I say. And then I will remind my friends that if I'm ever receive a call about something happening to them, there's a 99% chance it'll be because another black person did it to them. There's no roaming gangs of Albanians killing blacks. There's no roaming gangs of Koreans or North Koreans or anyone. It's literally black people killing other black people, but now they're expanding and they're branching out and they're going after others. And you're not supposed to say a word about it. You're not supposed to be none the wiser. You're supposed to just wait there to become a victim. Why do you think I don't live in California anymore? Because you're waiting for eventually somebody black to come victimize you. The police won't even arrest them anymore. I shared a video yesterday. Actually, let me share this. Actually, let me see if I can find it. I just shared the video. Example of why there's a huge black problem in this country. Now, this is on my Instagram, white right-wing Rico. So let's see here. Where's this video? Right here. Watch this.
Can you turn your music down, please, sir? Officer Wilcox, Limbaugh Township Police Department. I'm stopping because you were speeding. You was not. You just parked there. You just parked there. I was just parked over there. You sped past my vehicle. You was traveling at a high rate of speed. You were speeding. You just now was. I have witnesses that was down the street.
Listen, that goes on for a good, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. And then let's show you what happens when the police, when they finally have enough and they're like, we got to get him out of the car. He's reaching for stuff. He's doing everything in the world to basically provoke them. But for some magical reason, they won't get him out of the car. So let me show you that video. Yeah, this is actually on my TikTok. Where is it? And it's like one of the most amazing videos I have ever seen. But they sit here and they argue with this man because he's black for, I don't know, 30 minutes. And then they finally, not only do they not get him out of the car, they wait for his mother to show up.
Can you turn your music down, please, sir? Officer Wilcox, Limbaugh Township Police Department.
Let me see if I can find it on there because this is a really good video that kind of just showcases what I'm saying. Chong Sheridan. Let me see here. Chong Sheridan. Is that how you say it? Right here. You guys got to see this. And they call them a local athlete. A local athlete is what they're calling this guy. Let's see here. Right here.
Stop resisting. I'm not doing that. Resisting. You are resisting. You are resisting. Grab his other hand. Grab his other hand. Grab his other hand. Stop resisting. Okay, we'll take. Well,
y'all, they over here doing way too much, and I ain't hold these niggas weak as hell. Weak as hell. Yo, this shit sad.
give me the other hand. Get out.
Yo, he's trying to break my arm.
Get out. Nobody's trying to break your arm.
Bro, get the.
Get out. Get
Yo, I'm
out.
about to get mad.
Get out.
Mom, I'm trying to tell you. Mom.
Get out. We asked you multiple times. You never complied. You never complied. You complied. Whatever you want to say.
And you can say
whatever you want to say. You're not complying. You're not complying. Work with you, but he is.
I'm gonna fast forward.
Now we'll take the car. You got the car open. We'll talk to you about it. You never complied.
Now listen, they give up trying to get him out of the car and they start to plead with his mother. This man is above 18. He's an adult. They plead on the phone with his mother. They are afraid to pull him out of the car and they give up. Watch.
You never complied. You complied. Whatever you want to say.
And you can say
whatever you want to say. You're not complying. You're not complying.
What the fuck you got? Get on my leg. Grab my phone. Grab my phone.
Make this easier for yourself to step out, bro.
It's easier on my mom here. I'm telling you.
Yeah, now we'll take the car. You got the car open. We'll talk to your mom and that way she can talk to you.
All right, get off me. Get off me. Look, I'm sitting here.
Are you gonna come out? You're still under arrest.
No, I don't care about what you're talking about. I don't care about what you're talking about. And I really don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. You cool.
Right now, he is under arrest. He's already got 2 charges. We're trying to avoid aggravated assault on a police officer. So, we're going to work with you, but he is under arrest and resisting arrest. We're trying not to get the charge. We're trying not to get to the point where it's going to be aggravated assault on a police officer.
Can you come out for me then? I'm not even going to touch you if you just come out yourself.
Perfect.
Officer, we will be there right in the car, okay?
Man,
I understand that. It's just, we'll wait till you get here. We'll help. You said, how far are you?
We will fucking wait until you get here, ma'am. How far are you? Their son is under arrest. He's an adult. These cops, they even have another black cop that says, you know what? We won't touch you if you just get out gently. We're fucked. We are so screwed. We are cooked. Once black people find out that the guardrails are off and they can just commit any crimes they want, carte blanche, in most jurisdictions, unless you're in Florida or Texas, obviously. But in most places in this country, they can commit any crime they want and get away with it because the police are too tick and shit to arrest them because they're afraid you might call them racist. And think about it. You call the cop that arrests you racist, even if you're shooting at people and you finally get caught. Oh, they were too rough on me. They were racist. They were looking at me racist. Your captain might call you in the room. Your chief might say, hey, you're being accused of being a racist. You're fired. Your cushy cop job, your easy kickback cop job, because you arrested someone black. So guess what cops are doing now? They're like, well, you know what? If I think this is a call for an arrest or a crime in the black area, or if they give a description of the suspect and they're black, oh, I'm not going. They're going to have to send a black cop to do it. Maybe he won't get fired if he arrests this suspect. So we're in trouble. We are in huge trouble going forward.
But Wood's alleged motive remains unknown. Newswatch 16 reviewed public filings in Pennsylvania and New Jersey and found no criminal cases connected to Woods.
What do you mean motive? Black people hate white people. Black people, if they want revenge against white people based solely on stories of slavery. That's all black people talk about. I know because I can pass, so I listen to their conversations. They talk about buck breaking, chattel slavery, cotton. Serena Williams had a meltdown in a hotel. She seen a piece of cotton on a display. These people are mental. They're gone. So it's like we've bred an automatic weapon and it's all around us, surrounded. And they listen to gay white people who hate straight white people. So they don't even see the gays as white. They just see them as gay. And gays see themselves as gay. And that's why you see them trashing white people. And you look at them, you're like, aren't you white too? No, they're not. And these are their weapons. That's why they run cover for them. They protect them. The whole goal is for gay white people to use aggressive, psychotic black people to kill their political rivals, which are straight white people. Do you understand what's happening? These are their weapons. Gays in the media control the media. Think about it. I used to hate Trump because of what Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper used to tell me on CNN because why am I listening to two gay guys? Where's the logic there? But this is what's happening, and that's why this happened. That's why it's going to continue to happen. And go look at my other videos. Watch my content. I talk about this every single week.
And it is unclear if Woods has any connection to the woman he's accused of attacking, save for the fact that they live in the same building. Woods told the police he smoked PCP, a powerful dissociative sometimes called angel dust, earlier in the day, but Gallagher said it was unconfirmed as of right now.
Yeah, as it relates to that, Joe, that's under current investigation. We don't know that right now. We'll have some answers as we move forward for you, but I don't want to speculate as to any type of drug or mental health defense or anything like that.
Meanwhile, outside the building on Wednesday, Newswatch 16 found residents going about their day and one moving out. The night's horrors on everyone's minds.
Part of life. That's how it is today. It's sad to say it. You know what I mean?
Being killed by random psychotic black men. I guess that's just a part of life in America now, right? That's what this guy's saying. It happens to women every single day. He chopped up and killed 2 women and their dog with a fucking machete. And that's just a part of life. There's a 3rd woman that's fighting for her life right now, a 3rd victim. But I'm supposed to just accept the fact that that's just a part of the growing pains in America. It's just it comes with the territory, right? You know, if Trump is able to get the Supreme Court of the United States to remove birthright citizenship, that'll apply to blacks eventually. Imagine the behavior shift in black Americans if they knew that after a certain amount of convictions for violent crimes, they can be repatriated to another country and banned from ever living back here in these borders. Sent to South Sudan or wherever we're sending the illegals to. Imagine if we had an agreement with another country in Africa where we would send our criminals to pass a certain amount of convictions, where you would lose your privilege of being a resident of the United States. You'll lose your citizenship. I think that would change a lot of the ungratefulness, the violent behavior, because right now there's really no consequence. It's cold in Delaware. He just killed these people. Now he's in a nice warm jail, being fed 3 warm meals a day, and they're going to take care of him until the day he dies because they're not going to give him the death penalty because that would be racist. That's not really a punishment anymore. We need something new. Now in El Salvador, they put people in CPAC. Our prisons are jungle gyms at McDonald's, playpens compared to El Salvador. We don't have the stomach to create prisons like that. The only other thing we can do is send people away from our society. If you can't be a part of our society, if violence is in your nature, we have to send you away from us. What are you going to do? Swim back to the United States? You can't get a flight back here. You're banned. Same thing we're doing with these illegals who don't self-deport. We're going to have to take drastic measures for the name of public safety in regards to this one specific group that has the highest violence levels in the country, but they don't have the highest population. Their violence levels are comparable with the majority. They're like, oh, but white people commit this many crimes. I say, yeah, black people commit the exact same rates, but they're 10% of the population. Now they're not 13% anymore. Black people went down 3% since the lockdown. But if white people are 60% of the population, why are your violent crime rates equal to theirs, but you're only 13%? There's a problem. And we can't convict them anymore because of the no snitch culture. Nobody will show up. So you end up having to exonerate them and set them free to offend again. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. This video right here showing that law enforcement is afraid to touch black people. This video should scare the shit out of you.
Nothing like that. I'm giving you my word. If you step out right here, I won't touch you coming out.
We're here. We're here to try, but at the end of the day, he is responsible for his own actions. Like I said, when my mom get here, I'll get out the car. All right.
I understand that, but that's not an excuse. He seems very culpable right now. He seems he's in the driver's seat. He's an adult. He clearly knows where he's at. He knows who you are.
Yeah, we're fucked. We're extremely fucked. We're up shit's creek without a river. And once black people, once a black comedian starts making jokes about how we can get away with anything, it'll start to resonate with people more. Like, I am noticing less enforcement of laws. I am noticing that I can get away with more. I am noticing a change in society. Let me test this out and see what happens. See, in LA, we know you can get away with anything, especially if you're black. We know the law. We know police aren't going to touch you. They're not going to show up. So in California, we've lost the state. If this spreads east from California and people figure out they can get away with any crimes they want if they're black, our country, our republic is done. Trump is doing the right thing. We have to do away with birthright citizenship. We have to expel certain people from our society, or we're done. We're cooked.
That was unexcusable.
Eric Zimmerman started moving out last week and stopped by to grab the last of his stuff. He's glad he wasn't here Tuesday night.
Nice people. That's why I haven't.
You see that Trump hat? He's wearing the same red hat as me. He knows better. He's smart enough to know to get the fuck away. There are dangerous, psychotic black people around you, and it's too much of a risk. What if he had just got off the elevator on the 6th floor that night, just randomly, and he could have also been a victim? And they arrested this guy. He didn't have a scratch on him. The killer, they just took him into custody without a hitch. They didn't beat him up. They didn't hurt him. He's not afraid. They're not afraid. Well, they're afraid of him. He's not even afraid of them. That's a huge safety risk for the public. A Trump supporter is smart enough to say, you know what? I'm out of here. I need to live as far away from blacks as possible. And we're already in Delaware where there's like 2% or 1% of even black people even there. And it's still dangerous. So imagine living in Atlanta or LA or New York, or you're a sitting duck, or Chicago. You're fucked.
Found out I probably do know the gentleman, but it's like nice older people, veterans, just regular type people. Nice, quiet place. It's a nice place, so it's pretty shocking.
Michael Woods remains locked up at the Lackawanna County Prison without bail. He's due back in court for a preliminary hearing on December 23rd. He does not, as far as we can tell, have an attorney.
The reason I wanted to do a video about this is because the mainstream media won't say shit. They're covering up these crimes, these hate crimes, these race-based crimes, where it's a black psycho and a white victim. They're covering it up because that's the intended purpose of this army that they've created, to kill off their political enemies. Now, if they kill a white liberal person, they're still white. These gay people that are white, they hate all, especially straight people. So especially if you're straight and you're white, then they're going to say you're leaning conservative, you're a Trump supporter. They want them all gone. Those are their political enemies. The black people that they manipulate and they control their minds are their weapons. So they're going to run cover for them. So I have to dig up these type of stories. They're not just, this is not on CNN. This isn't on Fox. This isn't on the mainstream media. They're completely silent about this. Had the victim been 3 black people killed by 1 white man with a machete, we'd be hearing about it till the summer. There'd be tribunals and all kinds of things amplifying this. But because the victims are white and the killer is black, no one cares. There's a war happening right now, right here in this country. And because it's not being televised, you don't know. And these women, maybe did they not hear about what happened to the Ukrainian girl or the other woman on the bus? Or do they not understand the threat that's happening right now and who to avoid to stay alive? Unfortunately, that lack of self-awareness, it cost them dearly. I pray for these 2 women that passed away and their pup. But we're going to have to do better as a society. You guys need to understand we're no longer in Kansas anymore. Share the video, sit down and talk with your daughters, talk with your wife, let them know, cross the street, be a little bit more racist, use your pattern recognition skills, play it safe. Don't let anybody convince you that trying to be smart and stay alive is racist or oppressive or whatever, those words don't mean shit anymore. These people are fucking dangerous. Like and subscribe, share the video, have these conversations. Remember, America first, America only.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.